Never leave money to charity through your will. Let's talk about it. Hello everybody, Joe Warpick coming at you. And this is a very important topic because I know a lot of my listeners out there have plans to leave money to their favorite charitable organizations when they die. Unfortunately, you're doing it wrong. What I see most of the time is you're leaving the money through your will. Don't leave the money through your will. And here's why. Understand that a charitable organization is a 501c3. That means that organization does not pay federal income taxes. And if you're leaving the money through your will, more than likely the money that you're leaving them is not going to be taxed. So that means that you're leaving them tax-free money anyway, which makes no sense. You should be leaving them your IRA, your 401k, your 403b, not the whole thing. You should be designating your charities as beneficiaries inside your taxable investments. See, that 401k, that IRA, when you pass, whoever inherits that is going to have to pay income tax on the entire amount when they take it out. That's known as IRD, or income in respect of a decedent. If you leave that money to a charity, they don't pay tax on it. So let's take an example, and this is a simplified version. I know this isn't what you're doing. Let's say you have a $200,000 estate. You have a $100,000 house and you have a $100,000 401k. And you want to leave the money 50% to your son and 50% to your favorite charity. If you've named beneficiaries on that 401k, that money is going to pass outside of the will. And if you go into the will and you say, I want to leave 50% of the money to my son and 50% of the money to my charity, then the will is only going to handle the house. The house was going to get what's known as a step up in cost basis, and your kid was going to get that money tax-free, but now you left the proceeds of the house that was tax-free to an organization that doesn't pay taxes, and you left the 401k to your son that's taxable, and they're going to have to pay taxes, and you really didn't get 50% because half the money was in the will and half the money was outside the will. So understand that assets that have beneficiaries, like your 401k, pass outside the will. So that's why it's really difficult if you're going to put in percentages to put it in the will. Don't put it in the will. What you should do in that circumstance, if you really wanted to have half the money to your charity and half the money to your son, you could have left your entire 401k to the charity and the house to your son. Each of them would have inherited it 100% tax-free. So if you have charities designated inside your will, get that changed. Get your will rewritten. Sit down with your CPA or your certified financial planner or your advisor. Check your beneficiaries on your investment accounts. And if you have a retirement account and a desire to leave money to a charity, carve off a portion of that account, assign that to the charity. It passes tax-free. I love leaving money tax-free because I don't want the government to get any of that money. Heck, if you're going to be doing Roth conversions and you want to leave money to a charity, maybe you leave a small IRA and you designate just that IRA for your favorite charity. Maybe it's $20,000 or $50,000 or whatever you want to leave. Yes, there'll be required distributions, but you could take those required minimum distributions and make them into QCDs, or qualified charitable distributions. And now you're donating that money to your favorite charity tax-free. And when you pass, all of that money that was going to be taxed by the US government goes to your favorite charity tax-free. This is huge. This is a great opportunity for you to get more money to your heirs, for you to get more money to your favorite charity, and for you to cut the federal government completely out of your will. But you have to act now. So get out a copy of your will and read it. If you don't have a will, get a will. Watch my video on the 3 most important documents that you need to have, and never, ever leave money to a charity inside your will. If you like videos like this, make sure you subscribe. Leave comments down below for future videos. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you next week.